Hi everybody, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video lesson, and we are going to study listening today. Let's start with listening. Page 116, please. Open page 116 on your books. Yes, guys, let's begin. Yes. Match the sentences 1 to 3 with the photographs A to C. For example, in which picture a man is steering the canal boat under a bridge? In which picture a man is steering means driving, yes, driving the canal boat under a bridge? Yes, C. This narrow boat is decorated with castles and roses. Which one is decorated? Do you see here? Yes, B, of course, is decorated. It means süslenmiş güllerle ve kalelerle, şatolarla. It's a picture, of course. 3. I can see a canal boat coming out of a lock. Yes, it's a lock. It can open and close again. Yes. Openable and closable bridge. Yes. Next. Now, listen to a part of an interview about the canal boats. Circle the correct answers according to what you hear. Which one is it saying? On the left one or on the right one? Listen and choose.
Unit 9. Listening. Exercise 2.
Today, on Holidays with a Difference, we're going to be talking to Neville Williams about his holiday company, Floating Holidays. Neville, tell us what our listeners can expect if they come on a Floating Holidays holiday.
Hi there. Thanks for inviting me onto the show. Well, John, we organise canal boat holidays. Our customers travel along the canals, enjoying the peace of the English countryside, visiting historic towns, eating home-cooked food, working the locks, and generally having a relaxing break.
I've got your brochure here, Neville. This is a beautiful photograph on the front. Is this one of your boats?
Yes, that's a picture of a boat decorated in the traditional style. It's blue and red with castles and roses painted on it.
So, what is a canal boat exactly?
Well, John, we actually prefer the word narrow boat. A narrow boat is a long and obviously narrow boat built to fit the canals of Great Britain. Canals are waterways which were used before the age of rail and road travel in the 18th and 19th centuries to transport things around the country. The canals were about 2 meters wide, and the boats were built to fit the canals. When we say narrow, that's exactly what we mean. The first working boats were made of wood, and they didn't have an engine. They were pulled by a horse walking along the side of the canal. The captain of the boat usually lived and worked on board with his family to help him.
But surely narrowboats aren't still used today to transport things?
No, John, they aren't. New technology in transport meant that there have been no more working boats in Britain since the Second World War. Today, narrow boats are used for holidays and in some cases as homes.
Yes. Do we need one more? Okay, let's listen to it one more.
Unit 9. Listening. Exercise 2.
Today, on Holidays with a Difference, we're going to be talking to Neville Williams about his holiday company, Floating Holidays. Neville, tell us what our listeners can expect if they come on a Floating Holidays holiday.
Hi there. Thanks for inviting me onto the show. Well, John, we organise canal boat holidays. Our customers travel along the canals, enjoying the peace of the English countryside, visiting historic towns, eating home-cooked food, working the locks, and generally having a relaxing break.
I've got your brochure here, Neville. This is a beautiful photograph on the front. Is this one of your boats?
Yes, that's a picture of a boat decorated in the traditional style. It's blue and red with castles and roses painted on it.
So, what is a canal boat exactly?
Well, John, we actually prefer the word narrow boat. A narrow boat is a long and obviously narrow boat built to fit the canals of Great Britain. Canals are waterways which were used before the age of rail and road travel in the 18th and 19th centuries to transport things around the country. The canals were about 2 meters wide, and the boats were built to fit the canals. When we say narrow, that's exactly what we mean. The first working boats were made of wood, and they didn't have an engine. They were pulled by a horse walking along the side of the canal. The captain of the boat usually lived and worked on board with his family to help him.
But surely narrowboats aren't still used today to transport things?
No, John, they aren't. New technology in transport meant that there have been no more working boats in Britain since the Second World War. Today, narrow boats are used for holidays and in some cases as homes.
Yes. Are we ready? Have you made your choice? Okay, I'm going to open all. Yes. On a canal boat all day, you can enjoy visiting historic towns. Canals were used to transport things around the country. The captain of the boat lived on board with his family. The captain's family worked with him. Narrow boats were not used to transport things after the Second World War. Yes, you must have listened and heard these things when you listen to. Yes. Next part. Yes. Now listen to complete interview. For question 1 to 8, complete the sentences with a word or short phrase. Yes, one word or a very short phrase. Bir veya birkaç kelimelik deyimler arkadaşlar. Listen and fill in the blanks. Listen the same listening part, by the way. Listen.
Exercise 3.
Today, on Holidays with a Difference, we're going to be talking to Neville Williams about his holiday company, Floating Holidays. Neville, tell us what our listeners can expect if they come on a Floating Holidays holiday.
Hi there. Thanks for inviting me onto the show. Well, John, we organise canal boat holidays. Our customers travel along the canals, enjoying the peace of the English countryside, visiting historic towns, eating home-cooked food, working the locks, and generally having a relaxing break.
I've got your brochure here, Neville. This is a beautiful photograph on the front. Is this one of your boats?
Yes, that's a picture of a boat decorated in the traditional style. It's blue and red with castles and roses painted on it.
So, what is a canal boat exactly?
Well, John, we actually prefer the word narrow boat. A narrow boat is a long and obviously narrow boat built to fit the canals of Great Britain. Canals are waterways which were used before the age of rail and road travel in the 18th and 19th centuries to transport things around the country. The canals were about 2 meters wide, and the boats were built to fit the canals. When we say narrow, that's exactly what we mean. The first working boats were made of wood, and they didn't have an engine. They were pulled by a horse walking along the side of the canal. The captain of the boat usually lived and worked on board with his family to help him.
But surely narrowboats aren't still used today to transport things?
No, John, they aren't. New technology in transport meant that there have been no more working boats in Britain since the Second World War. Today, narrow boats are used for holidays and in some cases as homes.
Do you mean that some people actually live on a canal boat all the time? Aren't they a bit, well, small and uncomfortable?
They are small, but they're not uncomfortable. Modern narrowboats are 1.8 meters high, so most people can easily stand up inside, and they have all the comforts of a modern home. Central heating, toilet and bathroom, fridge, cooker, and these days, many canal boats have TV and internet access.
So, tell us what kind of holidays you offer.
We offer everything from weekend breaks to longer 1-week or 2-week trips. A narrowboat only travels at about 4 miles per hour, so you will get away from the fast rhythm of modern life. Of course, there's work to be done, steering the boat, opening and closing locks as you travel along the canal. But between locks, there isn't much to do, so you'll be able to rest, chat, and enjoy the countryside. You're on holiday, so you can relax.
You mentioned locks. What are they?
A lock is a way of lifting or lowering boats between parts of the canal which are at different heights. In the old days, many locks had a lockkeeper, a man who used to open and close the lock for the boats coming through. He usually lived in a cottage by the lock, but today holidaymakers need to open and close the locks themselves. It's all part of the fun.
And which part of the country can you visit on a canal boat holiday?
There are more than 2,000 miles of canals and rivers in the UK which you can travel on. They mostly go through open countryside. The Welsh canals are fantastic. Even a short break of 2 or 3 days is enough to see some of the most beautiful countryside in Wales. But many canals also pass through towns and cities, and you can also travel along canals in the Midlands and the North. Really, the choice is yours.
What if the boat breaks down?
You don't need to worry about that. If the boat breaks down, we will send a mechanic to fix the problem straight away.
And one last question. Do our listeners need to know a lot about boats in order to be able to come on a canal boat holiday?
No, not at all. You might be worried about traveling on a narrow boat for the first time, but it's actually really easy. Even children can steer the boat with help from an adult, and you'll soon work out how to open and close a lock.
Yes, guys, it has finished. If you couldn't get the answers easily, you can stop and rewind, yes, and listen to it again. You can listen to it again by stopping and taking back. Okay, now I'm going to open all, yes. A canal boat holiday can be a relaxing break. Many traditional boats are decorated with castles and roses. Before narrow boats had engines, a horse pulled them along the canal. Neville disagrees that narrow boats are uncomfortable. Narrow boats travel slowly at 4 miles per hour. In the past, a lockkeeper would open and close the locks for the boats. Neville says that the UK canals and rivers cover more than 2,000 miles. Someone will come to fix the boat if it breaks down. Yes, we have finished listening part, guys, and now we are going to move to speaking part. We'll see you there. Okay, let's open it. Yes. Questions? Yes, we are going to be alone today on the me. Yes, because it's very early now at a time. It's 7:30 now, so I couldn't find any partner to make this part with me. Yes, guys. Would you enjoy going a canal boat holiday? Why or why not? Of course, enjoying something new or testing or trying something new would be fantastic for everyone. So we all would like to enjoy something like this. Yes. Why? Because it's new and interesting. Might be interesting. Yes. What would you pack for a holiday on a narrow boat? What would you pack for a holiday on a narrow boat? What would you need for it? Maybe your mobile phone, to camera, or to take a photo, and maybe some friends. But other things are available around you. Yes. What would you pack for a week's holiday by the sea in a hot country? Yes. Pack for a week's holiday. A week. So a week, you need some clothes, suntan oil. Yes. Yes, sun protector, and maybe umbrella for sun, and swimming costume, maybe pool ball or sea ball with you, something like this, or a Google or a snorkel. Yes, snorkel, Google, and maybe scuba diving clothes, like this. Next. Yes. Sometimes you won't know the English word for something, so you will need to describe the item instead. Work with a partner. One of you will be student A and one of you will be student B. Follow the instructions below and use the phrases from the language bank to help you. When you have done the task once, swap roles. For example, if you don't know what it means in your language, how do you tell it, describe it to others? For example, for the first one, yes, for the pocket knife, how do you describe it? You don't know what it means. For example, you don't know it's a pocket knife, but you want to tell something new, someone new, around you. For example, it's a knife. It has lots of features, lots of different gadgets on it. And we use it, or it is used for multiple purposes. Yes, we can tell like this. Çok şey için kullanılır. İşte bir tane şeyin üzerinde bir sürü alet vardır. Çakının, bıçağın üzerinde gibi. Yes, multi-purpose. Çok amaçlı, çok maksatlı. Second one, yes, a backpack, or yes, backpack. It's a bag that you carry everything on a travel. What you need, you get what you need. You get everything you need. Put everything and pack everything on it. In it. You put everything in it and carry it on your back. Take it and carry on your back wherever you go. You take it wherever you go, for example. And third one, I think it's an makeup. Yes, makeup case. Yes, makyaj çantası it means. Yes, and you put your cleaning things, your cleaning stuff, and your maybe the cosmetics in it. Your something like this: cosmetics, cleaning stuff, toothbrush, toothpaste, maybe clipper, nail clipper, it means tırnak makası, some ointment, some cream for your body, maybe. Yes, you can put them into it. And the other one is credit card. Yes, it's a card that you use instead of money. You use as a money. Yes, if you don't have money, you show it and you make it read by a gadget device and it gets your credit. Yes, so you can pay by it. You can pay for something by credit card. Okay. Next. Work with a partner. Imagine you are going on a weekend break to Paris. You live in Istanbul, and you are going on a weekend break to Paris. Now you can't go to Paris here. Everywhere is closed now, so it's impossible. It's not a topic. It's out of topic now. First, talk to each other about how useful each of the items is, and decide which 3 items are the most important for your trip. Okay, let's imagine we can go. Okay, we can go to Paris, and which ones do we need first? For example, passport. Why do you need passport? You must show it while passing the borders, while getting on a plane or getting off a plane. And ticket, of course, you need it for a plane, for flying, yes, for the flight. And first aid, yes, but maybe you can find it everywhere if you're flying. Maybe you need it when you're alone or when you hitchhike. It means otostop yaparken. When you are hitchhiking, you'll need some first aid kit with you. On a cycle, if you go somewhere on bicycle, for example, if you're riding on a bicycle. And Camera, yes, we need a camera. Maybe we can make that, we can do that job with our mobile phones. And flashlights, if you're alone and if you're on your bike, if you ride your bike, yes. Blanket, means battaniye ya da yorgan. Yes, if you are alone and walking and hitchhiking, and maybe sleeping bag, if it looks like sleeping bag also. Maybe sleeping bag, yes, uyku tulumu. You'll need it if you're alone and if you're walking or if you're hitchhiking. Otostop yapıyorsanız ya da yürüyorsanız. Yes. And mobile phone, yes. Now mobile phones are inevitable. You need them everywhere you go. Yes. And next and last part. Working pairs discuss these questions, guys. Would you prefer a weekend break in a city or in a countryside? A weekend break or countryside break? Where? In a city or countryside? Where would you like? Where would you prefer a weekend break? Yes, I think countryside, because everyone is bored with city life. So everyone wants to try a countryside life for a while. Yes. Have you ever been abroad? Personally, yes, I have. We went to Bosnia Herzegovina and Macedonia. Yes, we went to these two countries. If so, where did you go? Yes. How did you get there? We went to Herzegovina, Bosnia-Herzegovina by plane, but we went to Macedonia. Yes, went to Macedonia by bus. Yes, by coach, with my family. What's your favorite way to travel when you go on holiday? Of course, a plane, because it takes you faster. It takes you everywhere faster, and it doesn't take. Even on plane, you can get bored, guys. Yes, maybe it's 1 hour or maybe less than 1 hour. It was it took only 1 hour, maybe less, but I got bored. So if you have to go by bus, then I advise you to take this journey at night. Yes, when you sleep, the journey finishes. So it's the best. It's better. You'd better go by bus at night, guys. Okay, going night. Yes, going at night is a very good idea. And what's your favorite? Yes, this was favorite. And we have finished speaking part, guys. Thanks for watching, and we are going to see each other in next videos, inshallah. See you by then. Take care and say hi to your families. Selamun Aleyküm.